So you want to start your bracelet with a loop, but you're working with a pattern with an uneven number of strings. Loops are great for patterns with even numbers because there's a clear center and our colors are mirrored across that center. However, with an odd number of strings, we don't really have a clear center and the colors can also be not parallel. But there is a way to start your bracelet with a loop, and I'm going to be using pattern number 22543 to show you how to do this. Now, first of all, I have these red strings that are across the center in this pattern. So I'm going to cut those as usual. So I'm going to cut them long and then fold them in half so that they are there for each side of the bracelet. But that's not the case for my black and green string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair up my black and green string together so that they are kind of the partners across the center of the bracelet. So to do this, you're going to have to separate your embroidery thread. So right now I took my green string and I'm separating it into 3 strands. So my embroidery thread is made up of 6 separate strands. So dividing that in half, that's 3 in each. And I'm just going to pull down so that I can separate the string all the way. So while you do this, you might get some twists and tangles in your thread. So I suggest to go slow, and anytime you see some twists and curls form, just pull them apart before they tangle up. So you can see me going kind of nice and slow here. And once I've gotten to the end of my string, I'm only going to need one of these sides for this particular bracelet. So I'm just going to save the other part of the string for another project. And I'm going to do the same thing for my black string. So splitting my string in half by dividing the threads, got 3 on each side, and then pulling all the way through to the end, making sure that if there are any twists that form, kind of like right here, I'm just going to untwist them so that no tangles are formed in my string. And again, once you're done, now we're going to combine our black and green strings so that they are partners across the bracelet. So what I've done is I've taken my green ends and now I have the center of my green string ready. And I'm going to feed my black string through the center of my green. So I'm taking my black that I've just separated, putting it through my green, and I'm going to hold the ends together and pull those all the way to the end so that I'm right at the center of the black. And now you can see that we have one long string with green on one side and black on the other. So we've solved the uneven colors issue. I'm going to repeat this as well with my light green string. And you can see me kind of trying to combine my 2 strands together. Now it's okay if they don't combine perfectly like they were in the original embroidery thread. As long as when you're knotting with them, you hold the entire 6 strings together. It won't show any difference. And I didn't show you guys me separating the light green because I have this green saved up from a previous project. So save up whatever your scraps are for your future bracelets. So now I have my red, my blacks, and my greens all ready. And I can hold all of my strings together at the center. Now we're ready for our loop, but we're still missing one last string. But that's no problem at all because that's the string we're going to use to make our loop. So this is our odd string that doesn't have a partner across the center. And we're going to use it to make our loop. So I have just a little bit sticking out from the top, and the idea is I'm going to use it to make my loop, and then as I start knotting, I'm going to hide the small little end and cut it out so that I have the correct number of strings. So I've got all my other strings right at the center, and I've used the clipboard to hold them in place. And I'm going to go over the center with my last string, my black string, to make a loop. And I'm just going to be doing forward, backward knots to make my loop. For this one, I think I ended up doing about 22 knots. Of course, it's up to you how big or small you want your loop to be. So for the length of this string though, I've just got it to be the length of just one side of a string. And I've added about 20 centimeters to it to account for the loop, so that you don't run out of string near the end. And as I knot my loop, you can see how the centers where I have my greens and blacks connecting, they get hidden away behind my loop color. One thing to keep in mind though is to make sure that the end of the loop is sticking out where you want it to be based on your pattern. So for this pattern, my black is next to the side with the reds and the blacks, so I'm making sure that the end of my loop, which has the last odd string, is located where it should be on the bracelet. Now that I've finished my loop to a satisfactory length, I'm going to be tying one last knot across all these strings together to finish making the loop. And then for this bracelet, I decided to go with a shaped beginning, a triangle beginning. It's up to you how you decide to do your bracelet, of course, if you want it to be shaped or however you want to do your bracelet. But I will walk you through how I did my beginning. That way it could also give you an idea of how you can hide your short, unwanted string in a nice way. So if you also want to do a shaped beginning, you want to look at your pattern and decide where your shape is going to start. For a pattern with an odd number of strings, your center is kind of set up to you. So your triangle is not going to look perfect, but I've decided to go with my black knot at the top of my triangle and then shape my bracelet in that way. So I'm considering the black knot that I did for the loop to be the center black knot on the triangle. I'm going to start on the left side with that next red knot. Instead of just tying it on top of the black string, I'm going to forward knot it on all the strings to my left, making sure to also include that little short string that we're trying to hide, so that'll help secure it in its place. And then once I've done that, I'm going to move on to my next string, which is the green, and it's the same story. So I'm going to tie it on top of all my strings except for the red one that I've just used. That one's going to come out. And then the next string in line is that light green, so I'm going to tie it on my remaining strings. And then finally, I'm going to tie my red on top of my remaining black string, and I'm going to have that short string extra. I'm still going to tie on top of it. And then at this point, it's secure enough to be cut off, but I don't really like seeing it stick out from the edge of my bracelet. So I try and hide it a little bit more in the next few steps. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So on the other side, we have a red knot. And I'm going to tie it over top of all the strings on the right side. Then we also have a black knot. So I'm going to take my black and tie it over top of my remaining two strings. And the knot on the pattern is a right or a forward knot, sorry. So I've just done a forward knot and I've taken out the black afterwards, which is the string that is sticking out from that knot. And then finally we have a red string on top of the black that I have tied. You can either do a backwards knot or a forward backward, and that's what I did. I did a forward backward. So now we're done our triangle start, and we can just continue knotting the rest of the pattern. So I started off with my reds. So I did all the forward knots with the middle red string, and then I did my dark greens, forward knots across the rest of the strings, and then I also did the light greens next. But instead of just tying the right green on just the next adjacent string, the red, I incorporated that short black string because it was now close enough to be incorporated into my knot. So I just kind of tugged it and held it with my next red string that I'm supposed to be tying on, and then pulled my knot nice and tight all the way to the top. And this just helps secure the string a little bit more, the short little string, as well as help push it away from the edge so that when you cut it off, you don't see the little fray sticking out from the edge. So I've just done my green and I've done the small black string with it. I'm putting it to the back so that I don't use it anymore. And then at this point, I just finished tying my light greens across. And then I did the next step in the pattern, which was the reds all the way across. Then after I finished my reds, I took the bracelet off my clipboard, I flipped it to the back, and I just want to show you guys that at this point, the short string is quite secure, so you can just trim it down at this point. So that's what I do here. You can also just save it to trim all the way at the end of your bracelet when you finish. But I did like to show to you guys that you can trim it at this point. And then once it's trimmed, your bracelet has now been started with a loop, even though it has an odd number of strings. So you could just continue your bracelet normally. So I finished my bracelet off camera. I knotted all the way up to the length that I wanted. And I just wanted to show you guys how to end your bracelet, just as a little bonus in case you wanted to know. So I have my last watermelon finished, and similar to how we did our start with the triangle, if you want to do a triangle end, you also want to look at your pattern again and then decide where that triangle end is going to go. So for my bracelet, I'm going to start my triangle end with the light green string. So I'm just going to do the forward knots that are shown in the pattern all the way to the end. And then instead of knotting on top of the red and the dark green separately, I'm going to knot the light green string on both of them. So I'm combining both of them together, and I'm just knotting a forward knot on top of them. I'm doing a very similar process with my next red string, so I'm just doing the knots as usual. And then when I get to the end, instead of just knotting on the green, I'm going to combine the dark green with the remaining strings to the right of it and knot a forward knot on top of all of them. And you can kind of see how that triangle is starting to form now. So in my last row of my pattern, it's a row with combined colors. So red and black, and then red and then black, they alternate. So I did my first red knot as normal. Then for my next black knot, instead of knotting it on only one string, I've combined both strings to the left of that knot. And that's how I'm going to continue down with the rest of this row. So I take the next string in line and I've combined it with, or I knotted it on top of all the strings to the left of it, all the way down to my last string, which is that black one. By doing this technique, combining strings and knotting on top of all of them, you see now that there are no strings coming out from the sides of the bracelet. They're all at the center now, which makes ending the bracelet a lot easier and it looks a little bit neater. So at the very end, I'm just going to take my red string and I'm going to do a big forward-backward knot on top of all my strings. And that way I've just combined all my strings together, and then you can do whatever ending you like, whether it's a twisted ends, which is what I did in this one, or you can do braids, and that's the end of your bracelet as well. I just wanted to show you that at the very end of my bracelet, I did flip it over again to make sure that my hidden string is well hidden, and it did look like it was kind of sticking out a little bit. So if that's the case for you, feel free to trim that down. It is going to be nice and secure. We've secured it very well, so you don't have to worry about it sticking out or fraying from the bracelet. But if you really want to, you can dab a little bit of clear unwashable glue on top of it. Although for me personally, I don't do that because these knots are so sturdy, they hold the string in place. And there you have it. You are all done your bracelet with a loop, even though it has an odd number of strings. I hope this was a helpful tutorial, and thank you for watching.